comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here from a Funko Popcast, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Funko Pop albums I want to see made next. But before that happens, make sure you press that subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So now we are officially out of the year of 2020 and we are in 2021. However, one of the things that were good about 2020 though was the creation of Funko's new lineup known as Pop Albums. So for anyone that is brand new to the Funko game and doesn't know what Pop Albums are, this is an example of one with Black Sabbath, which simply you take an album from a band or musician, or artist I should say, and you take, let's say there's the character on the album and it made into pop form, and then they're put into this like pop stack essentially that's about, I would say, 6 or 7 inches tall and made to look like a vinyl record. And there's even holes in the back here where you're able to hang it up on your wall, so it gives it that vinyl record treatment. So far in the year of 2020, Funko had made 2 Pop albums. They had made the Black Sabbath one that I showed you, which is number 2, and then the first one was the Ready to Die album made by Notorious B.I.G. And then in 2021, we're going to get the releases of the AC/DC Back in Black album, which will be a Walmart exclusive, Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory, My Chemical Romance's The Black Parade, Lil Wayne's The Carter 3, and then we're also going to get Queen's News of the World. And of course, there are some that are currently in the rumor mill right now by various dirt sheet pages. However, we will not be acknowledging those until they are officially confirmed by Funko themselves. So I have 6 of them listed down here for you guys today. However, for any rap fans, none of the albums are going to be any rap albums just because I'm not a fan of rap as it is. So anyways, let's check out my list of pop albums I want to see Funko make next. So the first one I'm going to list off is one I'm going to get over and done with because I say this one a lot, and that is Dookie, which is Green Day's 1994 album that basically made them famous. It has the songs such as When I Come Around, which is my favorite by them, Basket Case, Longview, She, amongst many more great songs. Now, just the album work itself is so cool, and I think the perfect pop to be put into this pop album would be the monkey that's on the front cover, and then essentially in the monkey's hand is Dookie. Totally makes sense for this to be made into pop album form. A couple I've mentioned in the past that could be made for Green Day are the 2 previous albums, which are 39 Smooth and Kerplunk. I don't know how they would be able to pull off American Idiot because it's just a fist, and they possibly could pull off 21st Century Breakdown, but however, there are 2 people involved in that album cover, so who knows if the price point of the pop album would go up because there's 2 pops involved instead of 1. Now, the second album I have listed down for this list is Metallica's Black Album. Now, I'm pretty sure this was either 1990 or 1991, and I think this was the album that was created after Cliff Burton's death. This album features songs such as Enter Sandman, Sad But True, The Unforgiven, Nothing Else Matters. There's just so many classic songs on this album, and that's basically a huge reason why I think they should make this album next, especially because they've already made the Lady Justice pop, which that is on the front cover of And Justice for All, so I don't know if there's going to be a chance of making a pop album of that because they already made the singular pop of the character itself. I can see this going 2 ways. One would be they could actually do the snake that you can see when you turn the CD or the vinyl record around, and it's like the holographic snake, and then you also see the Metallica logo on the top corner. Or what they can easily do is the exact same thing they did with the AC/DC Back in Black album, and that's just taking a previous Metallica character and make it black and white to kind of fit that theme, which if I were to choose a band member, it most likely would be James Hetfield that would take that place as a black and white pop for this pop album. The next album I have here is the 2006 3 Days Grace album, 1X. Now this album is so memorable, it's so amazing. This is 3 Days Grace's second album, which features songs such as Riot, Animal, I Have Become, and one of my personal favorites, Never Too Late. Although it seems like it would be a very lazy pop because the easiest thing to do is just take like a white do-it-yourself character and put an X on the character, it should be acknowledged as a pop album. I don't don't think they would take the idea of adding more than one character where it's like the album where you have multiple characters that have the check mark and then just the 1X on the one character. I think they would just do the one character with the 1X, especially like I mentioned with if they were to make a 21st Century Breakdown pop album, because that involves technically two characters. I think the price point would go up on the pop albums if they were to do that. This would be a cool pop album to have, in my opinion, even though a lot of people would probably think it would be a lazy pop album. Alright, so the next album that I have listed here is Linkin Park's 2003 album, Meteora. Now, of course, they are going to be making Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory in a pop album that is set to release, but I remember growing up listening to Meteora, which that album had Numb, Breaking the Habit, and Faint as a couple songs I could think of that were like their most popular songs from that album. And I think it would be an alright pop. I don't know how they really would pull it off. It would have to be kind of in a squatting position, essentially, with the face actually looking up, while the spray paint in the character's hand essentially would be spray painting down below. I don't know if they would have the spray paint up technically, but that would kind of be inaccurate because as I'm looking at the photo right now, the character is spray painting down on the ground, and then you also have the face mask that is on the character, which I think would be a really cool head sculpt. The next album that I have listed here is Ozzy Osbourne's 1983 album, Bark at the Moon. Now, although I'd probably prefer Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman, the two albums before it, rather than this one per se, I feel like this would be a cooler one in the sense of pop albums. Now, I don't know how they would pull it off in the sense of, will it be more of a pop deluxe or will it be just a single pop, because on the Bark at the Moon pop album, or not pop album, but the album in general, the character, the kind of wolf character there, is on this like tree log, and I don't know if they would add that or it would just be in that kind of pose where it's kind of on that essentially. And I think for this too, because with the Back in Black pop albums, they made it the first exclusive pop, I think this would be cool if they made the character inside a flocked variant. This could be a lazy pop album in the sense that they could just take the mold of the Teen Wolf per se, instead of making a brand new head sculpt and essentially just using that for the pop albums though. And ladies and gentlemen, the last pop album that I have listed here that I want to see made is one that a lot of people really want. It was one of the first ones that people thought of off the top of their mind after that Notorious B.I.G. announcement, is Nirvana's 1991 album, Nevermind. Now, of course, like you see in the photo, wherever corner I may have put in it in this video, it is the album with the baby in the water, and you got the like money that's attached to the hook there, and it is a memorable cover and it's a memorable album. One of their most popular songs of all time, Smells Like Teen Spirit, is on that album, Come As You Are is in that album, and I think Drain You is on that album. I can't exactly remember, but it is Nirvana's most popular album they ever made. Simply, they can just easily take a baby mold they've done in the past, like a Jack Jack or something, and then they just make it floating, essentially. It will probably be a floating pop, to be honest, where it will be on that clear stand to make it look like it is floating in water and kind of in midair while in that pop stance in the pop album's case. Now, I wouldn't be surprised actually if they made this, it would be an Emerald City Comic-Con, due to the fact that the home base of Nirvana is, I think, Aberdeen, Washington, and of course Emerald City Comic-Con is in Seattle, Washington, so kind of that hometown advantage there would be kind of the case of where they would put this at. But at the same time, I think this would sell really well as a common pop. So I think either way, whether it's an Emerald City Comic-Con exclusive or it's a common pop album, I think that this would sell well. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's discussion piece, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below on what album you want to see Funko make next in a pop album form. And like I said earlier, press that subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. Peace out! Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.